And let us continue with this. I did find out by accident. Well, not by accident. I was watching a video on. I think it was Lily Simpson did a video essay on how many times they died in the first couple days, and there are some fun things that can happen if you missed shooting the buckle on that thing. You get the body down.
The rotting man lies on his side with his eyes looking straight through you. The belt is still around his neck. His body is supine and open to intrusion.
I've never heard supine pronounced like that. I don't know if that might be the right way, for all I know.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Alright. What exactly is a field autopsy?
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers...
I do love having Encyclopedia so high.
Corpus Mundi is the world's highest summit, and the failure of the 38 single, Et puis descend, to crack the top 20 was the death knell of disco. But what a field autopsy is, you have no idea.
Do you have another pair of gloves?
Definitely no.
I have gardening gloves, maybe they're enough.
Better than nothing. Tell you what, I perform the anatomical side of things while you will take notes.
That sounds good. We just fill this in, right? Show them the red field autopsy form in your ledger.
That's right.
Okay. Tell me something, dead man.
Shoot, Looney Rooney.
Which was it that killed you then? Love or communism?
Huh?
You said love killed you, but when you fell down, you said it was communism.
You're misquoting me, Rooney. I said communism killed me. Love did me in.
Fair enough.
You really need to learn the difference, buddy. This is embarrassing.
Come
Enough
back
of
later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features.
Alright, let's...
Possible. Also, see me in your dream.
I feel like we're definitely going to get a little more of that, the dreams. Let's crack this ledger
The
open.
dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts.
Also, I lied to y'all. I said I was getting a hoodie and I forgot they were all in the laundry, so plain old it is.
Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with...
Okay. 1 assistant. Begin.
That's you.
Alright. Right. Harry Dubois.
The corpse is indifferent to your scribblings, just lies there. The next...
Again, I think I said it last time. I love how granular this gets. I'm loving... Well, let's make filling a form out solid RPG content. Let's go. Okay. Quarters case number.
KK57-0803.0815.
Thanks, buddy.
KK equals Kim Kitsuragi.
Okay.
57
Oh.
equals Precinct 57, followed by his date, 0803, and time of arrival, 0815, on the scene. He's indexed the case after himself, not you. That's because he doesn't want to bring up the messy question of your initials.
Alright. Yeah, let's ask him about it. Should we file it under me? Technically I arrived at the scene before you.
And what would that make the alphanumeric?
I have no idea.
I do. KK57-0503-0815. Next.
Write that down. Alright. Name.
NA. Next.
Date of birth.
NA.
Age.
Roughly 50.
Okay.
Try 40. The damage is so extensive, it's better to err on the young side.
I mean, I trust my brain. I'm going to write around 42.
He nods.
Okay. Race.
Mondial.
Okay.
Fair to olive-skinned, from the Isola of Mwindi. This is as vague as it gets. You might as well say whitish.
Heh.
The
Write it down.
pudginess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
Alright. Sex.
Fucky, fucky!
I kind of wish I had shot her. Alright. Oh.
Pigs can have sex.
I love that you can write the other two thing. Male.
Or does he look male, with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face?
Alright, that's heteronormative, but anyway.
We're still going with March
Or
4th,
cisnormative, I'm sorry.
51.
Alright.
What else? 9.
So they do the day, month, year format. Good to know.
10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
Okay.
KK 57 0503 0815 listens motionless, with the cargo belt still around his neck.
This is the worst iteration of KK Slider, I'll tell you what. Okay. Evidence of treatment.
None. At least not after the initial examination.
Okay. Not so sure. Didn't the footprints look like he was carried over?
They'd have to have incapacitated and carried him over. This man was more than a match for untrained dogwalkers.
He places his hand on the dead man's chest as if in
The
preparation.
central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-Delorian burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform. Then,
We should start the post-mortem.
Let's go!
the corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why.
Alright. External examination. Summary.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodin, I think. Let's see.
He turns the body onto its side to check the underwear label.
See, it's happening.
Babrodin, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid.
Write it down.
The boots are ceramic, vitreous enamel. They are fused to his skin from blood flowing downward post-mortem. Removal of the boots is left for processing.
Boots.
The boot
Check.
has a serial number. It's E50.
Boot facts. Check.
Dot 100. The lines between the plates are in the shape of the alphanumerical. The number is purposefully concealed by the design.
That's cool.
Tattoos.
Alright. Stands up. Feet planted on either side of the body.
Torso is covered in a single continuous
Oh, that's right. We wanted to ask the one history guy about the tattoos.
from the right shoulder to the heart.
There's the 2 soldiers over there. I could ask both of them, I guess. I think I thought of that in between streams.
The assistant
Or the tail end of the last one.
photograph of the markings to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene using a Trigat Mini.
Yeah, because last time... Oh, no. Last time I thought we could ask the bookstore lady, but I think the soldiers
It has a
would more
belt
likely
connected
have
to cargo
information that we need.
tied with a hangman's knot. Color yellow. Length 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end. Well nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age 42.
Oh, cool. He agrees with my age assessment.
Ambient temperature below freezing.
Cool.
Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with the age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
Alright. Touch the corpse's hair before moving on. Can we do that? Is that one of the stations? Oh.
His hair feels wet, soaked with rain, cold to touch. Not that different from a living person after a swim.
Give it a gently.
The stench is suffocating. Strands of dark brown hair
I
stuck
don't know what I expected, to be honest.
thread off a rag doll's head. There's brilliantine in there. He's
Really?
combed his hair back with oil.
Write it down, adding the brilliantine. Don't keep petting him.
Consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs. Consistent with stones thrown post-mortem. Low velocity.
Fucking low velocity? You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max.
Shut up.
Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest. Consistent with predation.
Alright.
Ligature
Got
mark.
biteys. The knife, the knife. The lieutenant produces a small folding knife. The knife does not produce a small folding lieutenant. With the other hand pulling on the belt, he starts cutting into the polyester. The stench is horrid. After a while, it's obvious the material cannot be cut.
The steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark.
Okay.
You got just the right tool for that.
Oh yeah.
The chain cutters.
Good thing we got these chain cutters.
Always good to think ahead. Now,
He points to the rope squeezing the dead man's
we
neck.
need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Carefully, with as much precision as you can.
See, my pig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
Okay. Let's look for a good spot to
The
cut.
belt
I'm
is
just gonna ignore
equally
those
tight
two.
around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the east. The knot is the weak spot. The chain cutters fit in there, steady now, like a flower arranger. 2 cuts and it should come loose.
Sounds good. Give him the chop chop.
After some
I was gonna laugh if we botched
sink the
that.
cutters into the knot tying the belt together. You squeeze the rubber handles together, sweat forming on your brow.
Chop.
Snap. The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck.
Alright, the lieutenant is kneeled closer, running his finger along the dark red groove until there's a gap.
As it ought to. This is where its grip on the curdled meat is gentlest, pulling up.
Yep.
Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and
Oh, they went with the proper AE spelling of hemorrhaging. Cool.
Consistent with a
He's
drop
coming.
from 1 over 5 meters.
Apparently we're allergic to looking at dead people. Drop for, oh yeah. Bonk.
Chest is in
Or no, drop from 1 to 1.5 meters
Abdomen is
on the
protuberant.
hanging. Got it.
pelvis intact. Genitalia.
He pulls down the man's underpants.
No, it's gonna happen. See.
I fucking knew it!
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
Alright. Let's inspect the genitals.
The dead man's penis is average-sized, congested from the downward collection of blood. The testicles are uneven in length, hanging underneath.
Balls hanging below the dick.
Greenish. Marbling is present around the crotch.
Good to know.
Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip.
Okay.
In addition, I see
Well,
small
they did say he was like a straight up mercenary, so
numerous to count.
that's also where he would get the armor.
40% of his skin.
Gotcha.
From wounds sustained over 2, maybe more decades, dispersal and accumulation indicates long and active combat duty.
Alright, the scarring is extensive, way more than the law officials.
We have a real museum here. Of battles, wars. Last item, hands.
He takes the man's right hand in his, inspects it, then moves on to the other hand.
The hand is surprisingly heavy to lift, filled with decay liquids. Feels as though it could explode if squeezed harder.
Uh-oh.
You're suddenly repulsed, so much so you feel compelled to drop it.
Hands are clean. No sign of injury from struggling.
The lieutenant says his 5 sausage-like fingers slipped from your hand. Were we expecting any?
I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, this stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment.
Fair enough.
That's all for the external. Well done. What next?
Alright. Let's go inside. It's gonna get nastier.
Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
Of course, there is a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story.
What? Okay. If I may add to the moral of the
What
story.
would that be?
I'm curious.
Looks, too, with barely contained excitement to hear the moral of his story.
The brain is very vulnerable and compromises to its blood supply. Yeah.
I think that may well be the moral of every story, officer.
At least he liked it. Alright, Lieutenant grins. I'll write NA.
Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
I forget which one the hyoid is.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand
Oh.
on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it, gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous. You hear cracks as the lieutenant moves his sharp fingers inside the flesh, like the creaking of an old house at night.
That is a glorious description.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable.
Okay.
Respiratory system.
Back hunched, as if in prayer, he begins to pry open the dead man's jaws. He stops to exert more force. Both hands are used.
Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
Let's take a look.
No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again, straight in that mouth of his.
Let's go deeper.
It's hard. Once more, you taste stomach acid in the back of your throat. A contraction. Your throat pumps a little something from your stomach and into your mouth.
I got meds, so I'm not too worried about it.
Just to keep looking. Inside, you see darkness. Just a mess of meat and darkness.
Hemorrhaging
Yep.
present in mucus.
Okay. The lieutenant repeats impatiently. Let's go to the jaws. The mouth snaps shut before you.
Hepatobiliary. NA.
Why? Don't we have anything?
Are you a hepatobiliary expert?
No. He looks at the corpse's stomach with a mixture of tiredness and disgust.
Hepato means liver, and biliary, the gallbladder and bile ducts.
I don't think so.
Neither am I.
Alright. Right,
Same
NA.
for toxicology and serology. NA.
Alright.
Cardiovascular.
I'll roll with him for a
Body
bit.
exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging.
Got it.
Gastrointestinal.
He breathes a sigh of approaching relief. This is the last field on the list. He looks around to the ground, to the pool of feces there.
This will do.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
He touches the corpse's bloated lower abdomen briefly. Omit the voila.
What's next on the list?
Description of injuries, summary.
Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too.
Okay.
Be thorough if you want maximum results.
Okay. Bite marks.
Head, chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted.
Fair enough.
And your opinion, officer?
Non-fatal post-mortem.
Agreed. Next injury?
Alright, contusions.
So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
Alright.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
So we're gonna add the maximum velocity anyway.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath, the description of injury. 2 boxes.
Alright, non-fatal post-mortem.
Next,
What's the 4th field for?
nothing. Just in case.
Okay. Turn the page back.
The corpse lay slouched to the side, oblivious to its surroundings. The field autopsy form describes his state in 3 parts.
Alright, let's finish it.
Be thorough if you want maximum results.
Alright. Let's finish the autopsy.
With a braided ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured.
I guess that's just to remind you to make sure you checked everything.
I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark.
So it didn't break his
Depth
spine.
of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Gotcha.
Below the note, 2.
So he didn't try to unhook himself.
The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible.
Alright.
Think for a moment. There's time. Don't rush.
We didn't try to claw at it, so... Alright, hemorrhaging on the skin... Hyoid bone is fractured, alright. Non-fatal post-mortem. Lieutenant falls silent
Why
abruptly.
do you say that?
I don't think this was the injury that killed him.
Okay. Why don't you think it was fatal?
It's not the coloration. Why were his hands tied? There we go.
Honestly, I'm not sure there weren't marks on his wrist. That part got blurry for me. The stench. But you're right, I was ready to call this. Now I think we should for
Ah.
the time being. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over.
Okay. Okay, first, how'd it go?
It was an irregular field autopsy. We did not establish cause of death, which is supposed to be the goal of an autopsy.
I like that we're having a little review here.
I do not see this as a parameter for success.
What else?
We were thorough with the list of injuries too. We described them
stuff.
in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy.
A job well done.
I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will drive him to Faubourg
Alright. Here's a copy.
for processing.
Alright, send victim's body to processing. He looks at the dead man one more time, then at the slip of red paper in his hand, then at the corpse again.
You tilt your head, also looking at the corpse. I'm sure we didn't get everything. There's always something.
Alright. Let's go for it.
You run your hands over the victim's cold
Alright.
body, his limbs, his torso with its swollen organs. Maybe you should be more thorough.
Alright, check his pants.
The genitals in his breeches continue to be unnoteworthy.
I didn't think it was
See the
that
penis
part of
of
it.
the dead man. If you've seen it once, you've already got the picture.
There's one for VG Advisor.
Can't get enough of that dick.
Do you think we missed something?
Yeah, there's something we're not seeing.
Okay, well, we are in livor mortis here. He is disintegrating. We need to refrigerate the body if we want to conduct another examination, and we need to do it fast.
Alright, where can we find a fridge for the body?
We have to be industrial in size. Let's start by asking Gart at the Whirling in Rags and the Fritz store down at the gates. If they don't know, but only if all else fails.
He doesn't want to ask Kuno. Alright.
Look at you looking at Beano, man. You want a piece of the Kuno? Wanna get fucked?
Only if all else fails.
Kuno looks like he gets around, knows Martinez. And its fridges too, probably.
Okay.
Remember the buttons on that intercom over there? On the side of the building next to the whirling? One was for Revachol Ice City. Perhaps it's a clue.
Alright, we'll take one more look at the body.
This is one task we cannot sideline. With every hour, whatever we are looking for will become harder to find.
Alright.
Coach physical instrument.
So we're done that. We've been working out.
Wait, how did you know all those hammer throw techniques? How do you know how to hold a discus? Or the world youth record in discus? Something doesn't add up here. This mushy thing between your ears didn't know the name of the city you're in, but it comes loaded with trivia about the correct chin position of a shot-put ball. Could it be that? Shut up, namby-pamby. This train of thought ends abruptly. It's leg day.
It's always leg day, baby.
Rhombus muscle. It's shirts versus skins. Take your shirt off, Namby. Your skins.
Alright. So what do we want to train next? We're getting somewhere on... Oh wait, we'd have to open another slot. We do have another stat point, but I kind of want to burn it on... Bridge the body and then send to process it. Okay, so points. Oh, what else was I gonna do? Let me check my white checks. It's on the map, right? Yeah. And I doubt there's much more I'm going to get. Oh yeah, that's right. I can't even raise my empathy anymore. I think rhetoric I wanted to do. Yeah, oh yeah, I wanted to raise rhetoric to get at the door and the yeah, the cargo container door. Okay. If I can. Okay. So we'll probably take this coat off for now. Going with this, but yeah, I don't want that coat. It's a little more presentable. Let's try to look a little more official. Keep your right stick to highlight. Alright. So let's talk to guard first.
Can I help you?
I seem to be in need of a fridge.
Yes, yes. For the dead body. You want to put a dead corpse into my fridge, right?
I guess.
Corrected.
No, we want to put a very important dead body into the fridge.
I don't care. You're not putting a dead body into my fridge.
Why not?
Because this is a culinary establishment, not a morgue. I can't believe you even asked me.
It would only be for...
Lieutenant, you too? You're asking too? No. The answer is no. I will not turn this place into some kind of macabre circus.
Let's go talk to the frit clerk.
Sounds good. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Fuck that guy.
Is this about the questions again? because I don't really know anything.
Do you have a fridge?
Mm-hmm. Right behind you.
Alright. I need to store a corpse there. Or she would stick to business.
You're joking, right?
No, I'm not joking. I need to store the corpse of a hanged man in your fridge.
Okay. It wouldn't even fit, you know.
Now that I'm looking at it, maybe a glass-doored fridge in a public grocery store isn't the best option for storing a corpse.
I guess you're right. Plus the fridge is too small anyway.
Okay.
Okay, well, that's out. Guess we gotta go talk to Kuno. He does respect us a little more now, so... Here goes nothing. Let's hop back up. Oh no, it's this one to save. Alright, you little shit.
Fuck does Kuno care?
I'm gonna try this one.
What's going on? Is an ungovernable youth on your crime scene, thrown around like you don't have enough on your plate. You feel a sudden surge of self-pity coming on.
Alright, you must have seen all kind of things throwing stones here. You wanna help the RCM bust a murderer?
Fuck no! What are you? Fucking mentally handicapped?
Kuno, they've almost made you a snitch now.
Ease off, see? Kuno always takes the bullet over the hammer.
Okay.
He'd rather die than work with the justice system.
So much for that. Alright, I need a fridge to satch the body, buddy.
Him. Good thing you asked the Kunmeister. Kuno knows a fridge. Perfect for
Kunmeister.
freezing.
Okay. Really? I don't believe it.
Kuno knows all kinds of shit. Kuno gets around.
Where can I find this perfect fridge then?
Bacon Man's in a rush. But what's in it for the Kuno? What's the return on Kuno's investment?
I don't think he cares about civic pride. We're just gonna roll it.
By killing in his territory, someone has openly challenged Kuno. It's in his best interest to put them in their place.
Alright, some arrogant shit thinks he can kill in the Kuno's kingdom without asking the Kuno first? That sounds like lawlessness to me.
A dark flame smolders in Kuno's eyes as he ponders your argument. Wordless, like kings do.
This outlaw's fate is in your hands. Let's make an example of him. Help me locate him using the fridge body technology.
Alright, Kuno hears ya. See that shit house over there?
He points to the collapsed building with the bookstore.
A cold comes over you as you glance behind him at the crumbling colossus there, casting a shadow on you.
Yeah, I see it. The big tall one behind you.
You gotta get in that shit. In there deep.
What do you mean in there deep?
Check the fucking basement, pig. Don't you know anything? Always check the fucking basement, recon style.
That is some actually good advice.
There's a giant fridge down there. Fucking will fit, no problem. It looks like a white bear or some shit. Try not to piss yourself when you see it.
Okay.
A white bear? A polar bear?
Okay, how do I get into the building again?
Through the bookstore. You gotta beg the book bitch. Used to be you could get in there through the doorbell, jam that shit. Book bitch changed that. Kuno doesn't beg, so Kuno doesn't go there anymore.
Beg the book bitch.
Yeah, book bitch, beggar. You stupid or something?
Thanks, buddy.
He means the bookstore.
That's what I know, but yeah. But...
Plaisance is the
That was her name, okay.
girl peddling books on the plaza. We have to ask Plaisance in the store.
Okay.
Impressive note-keeping, Lieutenant.
Thanks, buddy.
See, the Clyde gets it. Listen to your four-eyed friend.
Thanks, Kuno.
You didn't hear it from Kuno, pig. But don't forget where you heard it from.
Kuno owns you now, pig. You're Kuno's property.
Alright, I'm out.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they are connected, aren't they?
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Oh, yes, I was told there was a huge fridge in this building cellar. Can you lead me there?
A fridge? No, I don't know anything about a fridge. Aren't you interested in books?
For
For
fuck's
whatever
sake.
reason, she's lying to you about the fridge. Seems like you have to find your own way to the cellar.
Alright. Farewell for now.
The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you.
You know what? I'm gonna open it.
Curtains.
Nothing. Now please go back to...
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more books. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become.
It's gonna piss her off, but she's pissing me off.
Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers.
Her hand is closed around her pendant, her fingers nervously playing with the talisman.
Psychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
This is about the curse? That's why you're afraid?
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please step away from the curtains.
I've heard there's a fridge there that I need.
Everybody suddenly needs something from there. Leave the curtains be. It's what it wants.
What is it? But I sense this place calling for me. I must investigate beyond the threshold.
You do? My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir.
Alright, I'll think about it.
Let's just talk about this first, all right? There's no reason for you to venture into the unknown.
Talking is always good. Go see what she has to
I
say.
was thinking that, or talk to the kid.
Tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you.
Alright. See if I can't get some intel from the kid.
Every snowflake is like a little gift from the sky.
Oh. Okay. Although I do like the attitude about the snowflakes. That's not what I was noping. It was no new options there. Alright, what's your deal with the curtains, lady?
Esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
What the hell is your curtain problem?
I already told you, it's just a storage room for employees. I don't understand why it's so important to you.
Can I store something there if you hire me?
Just let it go, officer. Go buy some goddamn books. You're supposed to be drawn to the books.
She's so tense, it's a miracle she hasn't snapped in half yet.
Alright. I didn't even see the ward. Alright. If it's just a storage room, then why are you so tense?
I'm not tense. I'm just...
She wavers under your gaze, mouth pressed into a tight-lipped frown. Then something breaks.
Okay, fine. It's because this place is cursed. Just like Annette said, they don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing.
They do? Okay.
Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything?
She closes her eyes and starts mumbling something to her pendant.
Host of hosts, she prays. Guard me and my honest business venture from the curse that lurks behind the curtains.
Alright. Why didn't you just tell me right away it's the curse?
It's not good to talk about the curse, not in detail. The negativism, it's dangerous. Talking about the void wraiths angers them.
Okay.
Wow. Void raves. You have new words.
Cool.
Such wraiths may prove a formidable enemy. Suit up.
How does this curse manifest itself?
The curse. is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation.
A shiver runs through the woman as she looks around the dimly lit store.
It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy.
She peers at the curtains again. Ah, Annette mentioned the previous tenants have experienced some financial troubles.
It's not just that, officer. We're dealing with something supernatural here. It's the cacodemons feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements.
The big round guys from Doom?
There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie, lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here.
Have you sought help from anyone?
Yes, I've contacted numerous parapsychologists, and even a pair of Simonese mediators. They provided me with the wards.
She nods at the strange cage-like trinket on the curtains.
The wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building. Even though now I fear, it's not enough.
It's definitely not the turn I thought this was taking, but alright. Is your pendant part of the wards as well?
Oh, this? No, it's a special Himian amulet, blessed by desert pygmy shamans, with a spell of compulsion. It's to compel people to buy books.
That seems a little
There are
manipulative.
numerous spells cast at the store. I had the books anointed with a different inducement spell, for example. It's guaranteed to boost sales 15%.
Desert pygmy shamans.
That's also a little racist.
Questionable way to describe a group of people.
Yeah. Would you like me to take the case? I could investigate, see if the curse is real.
Most certainly not. I don't want anyone who's not familiar with the psychic arts to get involved in this mess. Stay away. Leave the spirits be, so they can return to their slumber.
My liege, you know what this case calls for? A para-detective.
My drama's pretty good. I had a few more questions about the curse.
Okay, but please, only a few questions.
I know we're
I don't
done.
want to disturb the spirits.
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense. Every now and then, she nudges her glasses.
Let's do it.
Time to fire
Well,
up the old lie machine.
God damn. Alright. I don't want to say all that.
Yes, you do.
No, it's really stupid.
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense. Every now and then, she nudges her glasses.
Alright, seriously, I need to get to the fridge in the cellar. It's a police matter. I have a dead body to take care of.
What? Oh my god! A victim of the curse? The curse has started killing people? It's killing now?
You're right, the curse is worse than ever. That's why you need to let me in there to investigate.
You're right. It's worse than I imagined. We definitely have to contain it now.
Yes, this is your chance. This is your chance.
I didn't think that was the angle.
Para-detective can solve this case.
Fuck, I didn't realize that would help the roll. Although rolling snake eyes, that's kind of on me. I can't really... Do I want to step back at all? I'm not safe scumming. We're just going to have to force it. This is the cockatoo book.
Sulfur-crested cockatoo sits on the cover, its beak slightly open. It looks as if the bird is calling out the book title, From A to Zurich, a guide to a well-behaved cockatoo.
Oh, a nature enthusiast. Good choice. I knew it was a good idea to keep that around.
Alright. We gotta freeze this thing.
The curtains, tattered with age and... You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little Simonese wards, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
I warned you. You're unleashing forces beyond your understanding.
Shut up. Alright. Ghostly silhouettes of hair dryers. Vaguely androgynous portrait of a man. It's like Guillaume Le Million, the hair poster. Or that hair poster.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked. What if you just break it down?
Alright. Knock knock.
Only an echo. No one is there. A hollowed out, dark echo.
Maybe I should break it down, but not before I strategize.
Only an echo.
Oh, I did knock again.
Out. That's right. Take in your surroundings. You need to have a solid ground and a proper posture if you want to succeed.
Thank you, physical instrument. Check your surroundings.
The room is dimly lit and littered with old barbershop rubbish. But the path to the door is clear.
And what about the door?
It's made of a solid block of wood, but it has stood there for ages. The hinges are old and coated with a carmine layer of rust. It should be doable.
Alright, well. This one I might save scum if we have to, just because we gotta get in there.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you.
Oh, actually, yeah.
Dozens, if not hundreds.
I could probably see if anything boosts my pain threshold here. Because I feel like it would at least make sense to change clothes to beat down a door. Alright. Electrochemistry. Probably not. What do these gloves give me? Does anything give me a minus? Not really. Oh, actually, yeah, I didn't even try tools. Even though we're probably going to slam into it anyway.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminese.
Alright. Safe for real this time. Let's do it.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds,
Didn't
of
look good.
Seminese trinkets and charms.
Oh.
It appears to be locked.
Ah.
Ow. Shoot. Whose moronic idea was it to just run through the door? Don't
I
you
didn't have any other options.
hurt? Walk it off, son. Stop wriggling like a maggot. It's nothing to worry about.
Alright. That really wasn't the best idea, was it?
Right? This looked pretty intense and painful, I must admit.
Alright.
What is going on there? Are you really trying to break down the back door?
Yes.
I warn you, don't tempt the spirits, officer. Don't tempt the spirits, or you'll damage the holy wards on the door.
Whatever.
Barely looks like you've done any damage to the door, however. It's still locked and closed.
Like, I can't leave the body outside. At this rate, it's just gonna get worse, so.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens
Let's go!
of Seminese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
Nope. How many times are we gonna get to see that animation?
Ow. Shoot. Walk it off, son.
Are you alright?
What is... I warn...
It barely looks like only an echo, a hollowed out dark.
Can we ask him to assist?
Yes?
No. We have an ad coming up. I got one more attempt before we have to roll it, so.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you.
Are we gonna ask if she has the key? I didn't even think of that. Alright, we'll be right back. So yeah. Plan is we're gonna see if she has a key. Although I feel like we gave up on that option after failing the.
I wasn't kidding when I said we're parapsychologically done. You clearly don't care about the consequences. What gives you the right?
I detected psychic emanations from within when was compelled to investigate.
Don't expect my help from now on. The back door is locked and I threw away the key. I won't trifle with such forces. Do look at the books, though. The books compel you. You may be able to make up for this by buying a lot of books. I hope you're a voracious reader.
Alright, well I already bought one. Farewell for now. Alright, no key.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you.
Come on.
Covered in dozens.
Yeah, buddy! Alright, third try's the charm.
Trinkets and charms.
Bonk.
It appears to be locked.
We still take the health damage, but...
You smash into the wood and see a small crack appear on the door frame. It's going to take one more try to break through to the other side. But you've done it.
Hell yeah! Fuck shit up!
You're not thinking of trying again, are you?
Fucks the system. Let's be stoic. Kabong! Door's done. Yeah, boy. Oh, it's like a gym in here. Neat. Sand is dripping from a punch bag. What's that? I don't know what that is. Shot put ball. Oh.
What is this place?
It's another world beyond the veil. Looks like a gym to me.
Yes, but no one's been here in ages.
He draws a stripe on the dusty floor with his foot.
I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us. Don't forget to take it out of your bag before we move on.
Fantastic.
Some specks of dust shimmer in a faint beam of daylight falling from the window. Other than that, the room is dark.
Okay.
An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
Okay. What if there's a reason no one's been here for ages?
Yes, because it's closed.
Fair enough.
To look for supernatural explanations where a banal one will do. Now let's move on, shall we?
Okay. Flashlight. Poster says Sidious Fortis. Rest is worn off. Smells like leather and sweat. Okay.
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates.
I like the hexagonal weights.
60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with.
Let's go.
No collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard.
Yeah! Oh, the chest slap. Would you look at that?
An inhuman amount of strength. You raise the barbell up in the air. Your biceps tremble, but you're a savage. This is a children's game.
Don't make noise at the gym. Just revel in it. Oh, yeah! Oh, but he thumped the weights.
A
Lame.
warm wave of accomplishment washes over your head as you drop the barbell to the floor. For a moment, it feels like you're strong enough to succeed at anything you ever set your mind to.
Fuck shit up.
Good technique.
Alright. Look, it's a trap. There's no collars on the barbell.
The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then.
What kind of bastard would just remove the collars? It should be a felony.
It would be a violation of EPIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating, but it isn't. No one's supposed to come here anymore.
Fair enough. Worn out wall bars, they look unsafe. Alright, I think that's everything. That was awesome. It fucking ruled. Alright. Always blocked by old window panes and debris. I gotta keep an eye on the time too, because we gotta try and catch that smoking guy. Large demijohn full of strange liquid. Wild animals stare at you in the dark, stuffed and mounted. Oh, I like that little musical sting. Airship rotors covered in spider webs, they remind you of blades. Looks like the remains of the 24th window repair shop. I'll take some loose change. That's more than loose change. That bag mostly paid for the book we bought. Fantastic. Naked mannequin torso, strange yellow color. Where are the clothes he used to display?
This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
Alright.
Radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside.
He sounds surprised and a bit cautious.
What he means is that these things cost money. Why would
Can we pawn that?
leave it behind?
But we are looking for a fridge, and we are pressed for time, so...
On the other hand, it's not that I'm not interested in abandoned radio computers. This is the Ream Civic radio computer, model RC5120, equipped with a Feld mainframe and a Ream-compatible printer.
Yep.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is
I love these
open.
weird computer noises. This is great. Look inside the compartment.
Empty, like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected.
This is where the memory should go.
Fair enough. Alright. Press print.
Nothing happens.
Press play.
Nothing happens. Something's missing. There's no tape in the player.
Okay, so we need to find a tape. Blue velvet, soft to the touch. Moth bitten. Oh, what's that? This Emma's Atelier? Oh, wrong button. Skis with slipstream printed on the laminated top layer. Steel rotor blades bearing a slipstream logo.
Looks like someone tried to reconceptualize their business here.
I don't get it.
Look, the skis and rotor blades both bear the same slipstream logo.
Oh, I see. They're trying to sell the rotor blades as skis.
Failed
Oh.
to turn a profit, and then pivoted to producing the other.
But the question is, which did they start with and which did they pivot to?
That's a good question.
Alright. What a strange leap of imagination. Yet they still failed. How sad.
Reality is ruthless.
Damn right. No, what is that? Cube. I keep hitting... I've been playing too much Switch. Production schedule filament memory. Oh, maybe that's for the computer, probably. Alright. Scribbled across the notebook. Developers of the most advanced RPG in the universe. That's cute. Oh, what is that?
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker. The mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient. The whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic tiles. Very pedantic.
Hold on. How do I know what Kedron mosaic tiles are supposed to look like?
History classes, students with their textbooks open, studying the roots of our civilization. Those aquarelle blue tiles looked beautiful in the sun.
Alright, what am I looking at?
Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9. Some written notes, too. Sparse and cryptic.
Radio frequencies for what?
Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced.
Alright. Of course, the anatomy of the curse.
Perhaps. The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled the Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants. They must have had massive airwidth. These things don't come cheap.
Wait, who's the game master?
Very important. A conductor for the hundreds of story threads that pass through the Game Master's frequency.
So we're getting meta. Okay. If it's a game, then who's playing?
Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like. A list of names under the stations suggests people across 6 Isolas would be playing Muindi, Insulinda, Kotla, Grad, Samara, and even Ilmara.
Damn.
There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious they
This has to be self-commentary. Alright. The cost of Airwidth alone must have been huge.
Exactly. This schedule, I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
What else?
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone. No one has used the fireplace in ages.
Alright. So we have this thing for the computer.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard.
Start the production schedule.
Draw. The filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking.
Press play.
A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall, until a voice speaks out, crackling and old, cutting into the air.
Good afternoon. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1.
Okay.
Please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
What's the production
The
schedule?
filament you have inserted into the reader.
You mean that glowing thing I put inside?
Is that the production schedule?
I believe so.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Password. Of course it would have a password. That's why there's a human administrator involved.
I don't know the password.
Received. I will register this login attempt.
Oh well.
Don't worry. Passwords have a way of turning up sooner or later.
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Why did you call me Fortress Accident?
Fortress Accident is the company on whose name the terminal you are currently using has been registered to.
Do you have any other information about this company?
One moment.
You hear her flip through her catalog before she reads out with studious care.
Fortress Accident SCA produces revolutionary interactive call-in radio games.
So the password's part of the game, then.
That's what the catalog says.
That's not bad.
Okay. And what's that? This interactive call-in radio game?
Any other questions?
Are you a machine or are you alive?
Yes, I am alive. I am 74 years old and my name is Yvonne.
Okay.
She repeats passwords. Programming people are all paranoid.
Okay. Okay, but where are you? How'd you know where I am?
I work as a repeater at the East Insulindian Repeater Station. It's my job to know where you are, Fortress Accident. As for me, well, I am sitting in my cubicle, surrounded by a wall of radios.
That seems kind of grim.
Now, please tell me if there's anything else I can do, Fortress Accident.
That's all for now.
Thank you, and goodbye.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard.
Alright, the schedule's in there, so let's hit print.
Nothing happens.
Okay. We can look at the board here.
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles.
Or like the little, like,
schemes,
goblin or elf-looking dude there.
cave mural. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board.
Alright, inspect the
These
drawings.
lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins casting wax-based magic.
Okay.
Translucent welkins with organs shining under their skin.
That's
And
cool.
even ether welkins hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space. You should adopt one of those welkins as your persona. No longer a mere man, but a welkin. One of the welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however.
Let's examine him. Looks important.
Vara Hamira, a high welkin, his face white and scarred.
Yeah, they're elves.
Marble. This is clearly a Welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-Welkin races will be purged.
Great.
Haldor, the Twarg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with Welkin, Green Welkin, Dread Welkin, and the High Welkin to rule them all.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little welkin creatures.
Alright. One of them is a Welkin supremacist.
Political commentary. That one has a great beard, too.
Oh, my man likes some beard. Glad we didn't shave. Who are these creatures? Who drew them? Are they real? I have so many questions.
This looks like concept art for a project. It's not really real.
Alright. Why would anyone spend so much time on
Some
this?
people really like building a world, I think. Even if it's just...
Again, with the meta commentary. I love this. Well, this has been educational. Let's move on from the
just look at
Welkins.
those details. So much effort.
The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried-up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones. You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers, boreal dvorg, yurts under the snow, great mammoth-like beasts of burden.
It's always good when you bring mammoths back.
Albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine. A much needed.
That's the first time I've ever heard those two compared directly, but okay.
A
Cool.
pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario. A desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe."
Neat. Alright, schedule.
This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid, the grand scheme of production and money. It looks a bit like an academic calendar, only much more brutal. Minimi stands for a mini-meeting. It's part of a bigger framework for managing work called RUN. Station 41 tried to implement it a few years ago, but failed.
Alright, what happened?
As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region.
Looks like they didn't make it.
Looks at the frigid ice field of
A
nothingness.
note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the prod schedule filament for details."
Okay.
The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: Call in, Tune Out, Wirral Untethered, and Heat Death of the Universe.
I didn't think to inspect the
The full text reads,
filament.
Heat Death of the Universe is the new black. Another note says, the biggest advancement in role-playing systems since the 30s.
Alright, let me see if I can't look at the filament real quick.
Tiles on the cube are the filament slides out of its glowing nest.
Okay, leave. Also, oh, that was a shop of ball. We can get some cash for that, that's good. To sell such beautiful old school sports equipment would be a sin. I'm gonna pop it back in then.
Tiles on the cube are still
doesn't look like we can
like a smooth draw. The filament slides.
Look at anything. Alright, so anything else that might have a password on it. It might have been, what was the name on the skis?
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
Okay. It's just a failed business. The only question is, what the hell were they making?
Yes, that is the question.
Lieutenant takes a step back, steepling his
Like
hands.
he's ready to lay out a fine theory, crafted together.
I love that he's playing along. This is great.
It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
Alright. Has anyone ever done this before?
They make automated games in Graz, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry.
Not in Revachol West, among the ruins.
I forget which small European country the Asylum guys were from, but
Anyone has attempted to create an inter-isolary game before. We just don't have the technology.
alright. How are they planning to do that?
Call-in stations. None of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio. Then there's the game master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
Coordinating so many games would take a whole switchboard of people, possibly divided into sub-frequencies.
Like the ones we saw listed. And this was a role-playing game?
Those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the We World board game, with hit death thrown in.
Super.
Oh yeah, we can get the We're All game at the store.
Millions of real immediately. This game is too good to be left unfinished.
What do you think happened to the company?
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard.
Wow.
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but...
Alright. The world is cold and lonely. This would keep them keep it company. Let's finish
It's
it.
too late for that, I'm afraid.
Half smile. That's cool.
Okay, let's keep moving.
Pipes howl and a rat crosses the floor. Okay. Sorry, I gotta skip ahead. So what was the name on the thing? Okay. Guess we can't recheck it. We've got 2 more rooms. And also we got a point. Now, do I want to drop that in rhetoric, or... I kinda do. Let me check my my weights again. Or do I want to get another Alright, what do we got left here? Cargo container door is still impossible. But I'm able to shake him down for money though. So like suggestion, oh yeah, suggestion was the other one I wanted to do. We drop another one in rhetoric, and then we'll work on. Although, are there any other thoughts I want to work on right now? Not really. Suggestion. I mean, suggestion. I only have room for 1 more point. So yeah, we'll top that up, and then we'll keep dumping into rhetoric. Alright.